So let me ask a question. Is your org chart set up for success? Do you have all the right people and all the right roles? One of the things that I'll often see clients do is they'll pull together, if they have an org chart at all, they'll pull together a positional org chart. So what is a positional org chart? That means that I have a position, and that position is assigned to a person. It's a one-to-one relationship. It's used for hierarchy. I have people that report to other people, and they have titles. But let's face it, in a small business, people play many different roles. Other clients I have don't feel like they're big enough to have an org chart at all. Like, I just have people. Maybe they have an admin or an office manager, and everyone else is just the team. So if for small businesses, especially those under 20 employees, and even if you just have a few people, I recommend what I call a functional org chart. So what the heck does that mean? That means that you list out everything that you need to do to grow your business in boxes. Those boxes have a set of bullets, either underneath them or in them, that highlight this is the things that this function is responsible for accomplishing. We try to keep it as high level as possible so you can visualize the whole ecosystem on a single page. So that's the rule with a functional org chart. I want the entire ecosystem on one page. Once you get those laid out, you put the names in boxes. Now, you may have a name in multiple boxes. That is totally okay. It's totally normal, and it's completely natural. After all, you're a small business. People wear a lot of hats. But what it allows you to do is clarify ownership. So what is this person owning in that particular functional role they're playing? It allows you to assign people to multiple functions to make sure that you have backups, people that understand the different functions, so a primary and a secondary person, and to make sure you're cross-training your team and you're hiring in all the right places. Because if you start to see someone's name on 5, 6, or 7 boxes, you probably have an issue with being single-threaded. If that person leaves, there are a lot of balls that are going to drop. That is a great way when you hire to figure out which of these 5 boxes do I want to bring talent in for. So every time we hire a new idea activator, we're a small organization. So our idea activators play 2 roles. For the first year, they're just idea activators. We bring them in and they learn the whole gamut of running Act Thoughtful and the whole gamut of supporting our clients. After the first year or so, they land in a dual role, and their first role is going to be an idea activator, which is majority of their time, but they still have a good chunk of time on their calendar to help propel and grow the company and do better work for our clients. In that second chunk of time, we give them a role. That role could be training, a training leader. It could be so that they're responsible for building our training materials and figuring out how to get them out there in the world. It might be a sales leader, and that person is our specialist in sales. They're excellent at finding new opportunities and at closing deals and working through bids and nuances as you're working with new clients. Maybe we have our marketing leader, and if we're larger, maybe we even break that into a couple different things. Our community manager, our email marketing person, right? As we get bigger, we can start to add these dual roles onto our team. And that makes sure that all the functions that we need to run our company are still being addressed without necessarily adding on a ton of headcount. As we grow, we can improve how focused people are on functions. Now, remember, what's beautiful about this is it's not positional. People don't necessarily report to someone. It's more about this is where ownership lies for different areas in the company. And so anyone can look at that functional org chart and say, I know who to go to if I have questions on X. So this is a great place for people to start if they're feeling single-threaded, they're constantly getting pulled in multiple directions, is to start to clarify which functional organizations in your company are you as the owner heading up. If it's every single function in your company, then look at the 2 or 3 people you have on your team or the 5 people you have in your team and start to think about where can you assign functional ownership so that the ball is not on you, or the pressure is not on you for running and optimizing every single function in your company. Because if you're going to scale, you can't do that. And so that's my tip of the day. It's all about functional org charts.